Hello, everyone. First of all, I just want to say that, and I hope you're having a good day. Thank you for visiting. Today, I wanted to just talk about bullies. They're not just found on the schoolyard. You can be bullied by your families, you can be bullied by your friends, you can be bullied by complete strangers. And I think what affects people most is when they're bullied by the people that they love. For example, maybe someone in your family is constantly on your back or riding you, putting you down, even making comments such as, like, for example, like a parent, okay, will sit there and say, "What happened to you? You used to be my straight A student and now you're failing so badly." That's bullying. They're making you feel guilty and they're making you feel bad because they they want to. It either makes them feel better. Some might even claim that they're trying to push you to be better, and that's just simply not okay. Nothing makes you feel lower than being compared to what you quote unquote used to be. And here's the thing, I had a parent that would constantly say it. You used to be my straight A student. What happened? I was never a straight A student. I'm like, really? What what world have you been living in? Um I can even remember in elementary school if I got a B because they used to post on the wall what everyone's grades were or whatever, I would go and match the ink and change it. And I'm pretty sure they knew because come on, elementary schoolers not great at uh oh crap, what's it called when people forgery? Not very good at forgery. I think they are. But anyway, that's a form of bullying. That's a form of control and manipulation, and that's just simply not okay. I also another example would be I had dreams and aspirations just like anyone else. I had different things I wanted to do with my life. When it came down to it, whether you have a relationship with your parents or not, the school board requires certain information, and that's including colleges and universities. And so I asked for this information from my parents so I could go to school. Um, I was going to take like a year off and then go back, which I did. And I asked for this information and they completely refused to give it. Uh, no matter how much I begged. And I looked into student loans and grants and things of that sort, and they wouldn't have it. It wouldn't help me in any way, shape, or form. And then complained later that I didn't amount to anything. Um, and I would tell my parents, okay, I want to be a veterinarian. I want to do this, and they looked at me and said, "Are you sure? Because those people have to be really smart." Think about that for a minute. Those people have to be really smart. So you're saying that I'm not, that I can't do it? So years later, I confronted this parent, but unbeknownst to them, I was like, oh yeah, I wanted to do this, this, and this. And I was told that only smart people can do that. And that parent was like, well, don't listen to the other parent. That's just dumb and that's just stupid. And this was years later, like 10, 15 years later that I said it. And I told him that, and they're like, well, don't listen. That's just their insecurity, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is they were that parent and didn't even notice or realize it. But I was always getting comments like that, anything that I wanted to try or do. Um, and then I was told if I wanted to try something else, basically the same thing. Um, and that's a form of bullying as well. You tell me that I didn't amount to much or that you're disappointed in me, but how did you help me? How did you help me succeed? Um, Another time, a parent was living with my sister and also refused to give information when my sister needed assistance at the time, being a single mom with two kids. And this parent refused to give the information. And so my sister was fined over $5,000 because my parent didn't think that even though she was living in the same household as this parent with her children, um, this parent didn't want to do it. And the state fined her for it over $5,000. And that parent was there to help her with her and her kids and just ended up causing more problems. Um, that's a form of bullying. And that's not okay. If somebody requires it, it's a reason, especially when it's a government or state agency. You can't just decide to comply one minute and not the other. Um, and that parent had gotten pretty much all our kids in trouble at one point or another, for the same kind of reason. And, I can't help but wonder and think what I could have become had I not listened to that, had I not been beaten down every time I tried to get up. Um, and that's also a form of bullying. And this parent also didn't want me in their life several times, just kind of threw me out until they needed something or wanted something. And then they would shower us with praises. Oh, you're the only one that's ever been here. You guys are always here no matter what, without fail. But as soon as something upset them, it was like, see you later. They dropped boxes off at my door, even though I'm handicapped and there's elderly people here. Or they would just tell me I'm throwing a fit and would walk away, tell me that the only place that they ever threw me away was in my own mind, even though they refused to talk to me for a year at a time, or this, that, and the other, like throughout my entire life. And then after this last time throwing me away, throwing me to the curb, they proceeded to write my wife and was like, well, I'll be here for you anytime, anything you ever need, knowing full well the things that they had done, the things that they had said. And my wife was there. My wife knows. But that's also a form of bullying. It's also a form of narcissism. They're trying to control you through your partner. And that's not okay. That is never okay. They want you to always think about it. They want you to always feel guilty. They want to look like they're the good guys, like they're the victims. Don't listen to that. You can only put up with so much. I'm 43 now. Thank you. I know I look great. But this has happened like my entire life. Thrown away, brought back. Thrown away, brought back. By all three of my parents. And it's just too much. It's too much for everybody. They always made me feel guilty. And that's a form of bullying. So again, bullies are everywhere. They're in your own family, they're strangers, they're everywhere. But we can't let them dictate who we are. We can't let them dictate our lives. And so if someone doesn't make you feel good about yourself, they don't make you feel happy, or they bring nothing good, then you really do need to release them. And God even says that, once you put a chapter down, don't pick it back up again. Because likely if you've had problems for your entire life with the same thing, with the same people, even though they will eventually act like everything's okay, or they'll just want to drop it and start over, leaving nothing resolved. That's a control thing. Don't let them control you anymore. You don't need them. As hard as it is, as heartbreaking as it is, as sad as you get, you have to stick to that boundary. Don't put up with any more bullying. Don't put up with people telling you you're no good. Don't just don't listen to them. You know, we're worth more than that. And God knows we're worth more than that. And that's why he says, once you put a problem down, don't pick it back up.